The Cucumber Falls parking lot. I got there right at 8 o'clock. So there was only 2 cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, it'll be starting to fill up now.
Yeah, I figure after 9 or so. Okay, I have 2 questions for you. When you're sitting out here, is this where you saw the hellbender right there?
Well, yeah, I was sitting here, he swam up right here.
Oh, you're kidding, and you're standing right there?
Yeah, and they usually don't come out of the water like that. That's why I was surprised.
So he looked kind of weird coming out of the water.
Yeah, he's coming up here. Here's where I've got all my videos of them mating and doing everything. And this has been years now, so I know. And they like to stay under, like their home rocks, under giant rocks.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I always get them here. This is where I get the mating. They always come around through here. And then underneath this rock, and they go back and forth here that I can see.
Wow.
And that's where I pick the one up right here. And then I got them mating right here. Underneath this, I was like hanging underneath here and shooting.
That's incredible. Do you have a YouTube channel with them?
No, I didn't, but I did have the, I have an Instagram, but then I told to show the park rangers last year.
Yeah.
And there's, the guy still talks to me, I forget what they're called, the reptile people.
Yeah.
I sent him the video. He's supposed to be coming up here sometime in the end of July or December, August when they mate. So he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to get. The park said I could last year. I didn't get a chance. But this year I'm going to come down here and set up a GoPro and camera at night because that's when they're active.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do they eat? I wonder. Crayfish and stuff like that.
90% crayfish.
Crayfish, yeah, because
other small hellbenders, fish eggs, and
And they stay underwater so the raccoons don't get them. And how big are they? Are they as big as this stick here?
You know what? It varies. Like there's some that are this big, and then there's some that are this big. Like it just depends on how much they eat, probably.
And then how much color do they have on them?
Honestly, it's so crazy. They literally, like, I was standing here one day, like looking in here for like 5 minutes, and then it finally moved. I was staring. Like their camouflage is amazing. It looks just like a dirty rock.
Oh, okay. So they're kind of.
Let me show you a picture.
Yeah, they must, well, I'm sure they know about you. They grow up all year long around you,
well,
so
that's what I mean now.
They know you.
Years now, yeah.
So you're part of the, you're part of their brain. So yeah, they go, oh yeah, that's that big guy. He never eats us though, so he's okay. I suppose you could, like that one that was trying to talk to you is probably complaining, saying like, the other hellbenders are giving me a hard time.
That's what I was saying. We were saying, they're like, the one photographer's like, look, your children are coming to see you.
Yeah.
And they were coming up there.
Either that or some other,
I think it might have been a bigger hellbender after it. That's why it came out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason they would be doing that.
That's right. They're getting out of the way because they're probably competing for the bigger stuff they eat out there.
Yeah.
I wonder if there is some sort of logic to how the crayfish avoid being eaten, and if they do kind of creep up closer and closer to the falls, so therefore the hellbenders get up here.
See how it looks just like the rock?
Oh my goodness, that is really seriously cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Like when they're down in there, they look just like the rock.
Oh, that's good to know.
And then my friend, he's a fly fishing guy above the beach, when he's on his off days, he takes the line out of the river that he finds, you know what I mean, that people like snag and get, so when he sees them. So then he was pulling one out, and he said the end was heavy, and then here he ended up having a big hellbender on the end of it, and he saved it by pulling the hook out.
Oh, good.
I'll show you, he can send me a picture of it, it's pretty big.
Oh yeah, I guess underwater camera. Oh my goodness, that's massive, isn't it?
Yep.
Look at that's his last bat. Wow. Amazing.
Yep. So I just like I would love to get like my snorkel out here where you can, like, when it's clear and I can swim underneath here and see how big some actually are.
Yeah, you could set up a really nice little one camera here to catch them coming in, one camera over here catch them going along. Yeah, you could do a whole number down here, couldn't you? And then you could have a little video channel, Hellbender Family.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. You know what, too?
Because they're all in the family. Like I
just
think every
cleaned up-
time you see a bunch of snakes,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a family.
Oh yeah. I just cleaned up I took out a whole garbage bag full of garbage the other day.
Uh-huh.
Then the next day I come down and I pulled this out of here, and there's more garbage over here.
Yeah, but isn't that just drifting down?
I think sometimes, but
Yeah.
the current's weird right here. It's really weird. Stuff that's in here, like I'll push this stuff out, you'll watch it, it'll go down here, and then all of a sudden, it cycles right back up along this rock and back down in. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
So it's got a little
It's somehow got some kind of channel pushing it up this way.
I'll bet you that's also something that the animals, the fish, the things, they know that too.
Yeah.
So that's why the hellbenders come here. They know that they can easily go from all the way over there up to here.
Yep, it's weird. Like I'll push that stuff out, and then like depending on the level, and then all of a sudden you'll see it ride back up the rock and right around and in there.
Yeah. And so this is a nice, safe little thing.
Yeah.
So then they'll be stuck here for a while too.
Yeah.
When they get in here. Interesting. I'll bet you the brains of the amphibious creatures and the fish, what's going on in their head, what they look for, how they feel the current, smell it, you know, and all this stuff. It's a whole different world going on down there.
Oh heck yeah. I've seen just sitting right here looking down here sometimes. I've seen some giant trout in there.
Oh.
Just right in here, swimming around.
Yeah. And what do the trout eat? The smaller fish?
I guess, yeah, I think. I'd imagine.
Okay, I had two questions. One was for like the local tourists, and then one for advanced fisherman question. Okay, the first question is, when you're here on your photographer's rocks, during the whole long day, and it's only like what, 8:30, between now and like 4 or 5, whatever you leave, total number of snakes you see roughly in a typical summer day compared to when does it taper off, like in October, that kind of thing?
It actually also depends too. Like if I'm right here and right here,
you don't see nothing.
I'll see maybe 2 or 3 water snakes here.
Oh, okay.
When I get out and I just do my little travels in through here, that's where it can rise. Pretty good.
And then what's the ratio between debris pile snakes you see and then rock snakes?
Well, they're usually all, that's where the water snakes and the copperheads, they all go in those debris piles because they have a safe, like, cold den underneath there because it's not on the ground. You know, it's lifted up, and then they come up there and bathe in the sun in the morning, and they can hurry to slide down. But that's the problem. People walk in there, they have no idea that they're stepping all through snakes.
I know. That's freaked me out. I know, it freaked me out. I've been walking in there for 4 years before I talked to the snake guy, and he scared me like crazy. And then now, that's why I'm asking you, because you know this area.
But pretty much too, that what I do is like I'll remove some and take them up in the woods. Like
you take the snakes up?
Yeah, and that's why I got my stick. Yeah, the park gave me a snake stick.
Let's see it. Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Why do you move them? Why don't you just leave them here? Who cares?
Well, because the copperheads. Because all the little kids and stuff, they hang out here and play. Like, I mean, there's too many young kids. I don't want to get.
So a copperhead, that would change your life.
Yeah. So the water snakes I leave because they can bite you and it doesn't matter.
So how many copperheads do you move a year?
Well, last year.
Yeah.
Before last year, I've only seen. I just started moving last year, but I've only seen 4 down here in the last 4 years. Before last year.
Yep.
I think there was, because all that wood was bad last year. I think there was a den there because I removed 17 all summer.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And then are they pretty, none of them lunge at you when you try to do this?